Hello, hello, hello. Good evening to you. God bless you. Happy midday Monday to everybody. I pray that all is well with you all and you all are having a God bless Monday. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. You was able to enjoy your family, get you some rest. And I pray that you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday. I'm telling you, it was awesome. Hey, if you enjoyed your Thanksgiving like I did, plenty of food, plenty of fun, plenty of fellowship, plenty of laughs, all of that good stuff. God has been good to us. We all have something. Shall I say, we have so much to be thankful for. So it is always a blessing to be able to give God the praises, the glory, and the honor that's due to his great name. Of course, this is the day that the Lord has made. We shall rejoice. I choose to rejoice. I make the decision to rejoice and be glad in it. Hey, listen, this is AGA coming back to you, back in the saddle again. Midday Monday on the road again. And first off, I want to wish you all a happy Midday Monday. And I want to invite you to tune in tonight for another edition of Back to the Bible. We're going back into that awesome segment entitled The Blessing in Being Faithful. And we've been learning so much out of this particular segment of the blessing of being faithful. It is a lot. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, those of you that have been hanging out with me from the beginning up until this point, it's been an awesome segment. So we're grateful to the Lord for all of the things that he has done. Thank God for all the praise reports and testimonials that have came in concerning the segment and all of that good stuff. Good evening to everybody that's coming in. I'm sorry if I'm not able to call your name. I'm actually driving, so I'm looking at the screen, but I'm keeping my focus mostly on the road. But good evening to you. Can you all hear me okay? Pray that all is well with you. You all are having a God bless midday Monday. Can y'all hear me okay? Am I coming in pretty clear? Somebody let me know, please, so that I can continue on. God bless you. God bless you. What's up, everybody? What's happening? What's going on? I pray that all is well. What's up? What's happening, brethrens, sisterins? I pray that all is well with everybody. Y'all having a great day. Having an awesome day on your job. Doing some things out there. Let me tell y'all something. There's some crazy people out here. Y'all be careful on these roads. Be careful on these roads, man. There's some crazy people out here. They driving crazy, pulling out in front of you, turning out in front of you, slamming on brakes. I mean, just in a hurry to go nowhere. You understand? In a hurry to go nowhere. It's crazy. So y'all be careful out here, man. Please be careful, okay? Listen, I want to go ahead and share the nugget with you so I can get off of here and finish my day. I got a lot. I still got a lot I got to get done, but pray my strength of the Lord if you please. But I want to go ahead and get to the nugget of the day. Good evening to everybody that's coming in. I can't see everybody because I'm driving. I'm trying to keep my eyes on the road, so I'm just giving my shouts out to everybody, okay? So I pray that all is well with everybody. Everybody's doing good. So, but listen, I want to go ahead and get to the nugget of the day so that I can get off the live and head on out to finish my day. But listen, guys, I want to get to the nugget of the day. The nugget of the day, I was sharing this with the church on yesterday in the message, and had a lot of men there present in service on yesterday, and it is so important that we we as leaders, we have to pour into the men, because, you know, a lot of men have not had men to pour into them. So a lot of men don't know, a lot of them don't even know how to be men. A lot of men don't know their role. They don't really know a lot of the things that they are supposed to do. A lot of young men, especially young men, a lot of young men, they thinking that to prove themselves or to uphold a certain image or have a certain status, that's what makes them men. How many wild oats have they sown? Or as the new generation says today, how many bodies have you had? You know, how many people have you been with and stuff like that? And, you know, have you ever got in any trouble or stuff like that? So a lot of the good evening to everybody again. Good evening to everybody. I'm sorry I'm not able to read your comments and things like that. I'll check them out later, but I'm actually driving. But one of the things that I've recognized is that we have to pour into men. And God has entrusted me with a ministry as well as influence to draw and to reach men. Sometimes I don't even understand, you know, but I know it's all God. But sometimes there are men that are older than I am. There are men that are my age. There are men that are younger than me. But God has given me this grace to reach out and to touch men. And I recognize that is part of my assignment as a leader, not just in the pulpit, not just in the church setting, but God has made me a leader out here in the marketplace, among different atmospheres and environments and things like that. And I recognize it. And so I don't let it go to my head. I don't let it get me in this place where I think I'm all that. It actually keeps me more humble. It actually helps me to stay focused and recognize that I need the Lord to do this. Anything that God has called you and assigned you to do, you need Him in order to do it. You know, don't ever think that you can do anything that the Lord has told you to do without Him. Never think that. Never. I don't care who you have on staff. I don't care who you have in your circle. I don't care who you think you got supporting you. I don't care how much money you have in the bank. I don't care how much influence you have. Never think that you can do anything that God has called you to do outside of God, okay? And never think that you can do anything without God, period. You understand? So I'm grateful to the Lord. And so I'm saying all this to get to the nugget. I'm leading up to the nugget. Because the nugget is got a lot to do with what I'm sharing with you all today. Please understand that we have to, that's something that I'm going to talk about tonight as well. We got to mature. We got to get to a level and a place of maturity where, you know, we can't be always looking for something catchy, you know, something, oh man, I'm going to see what he going to drop today. You know what I'm saying? We gotta grow up, ladies and gentlemen. We gotta outgrow that. That's milk. That's immature. That's immature stage right there. That's emotional stages right there. That's flesh. You know, like I was sharing with the church on yesterday, we have to get to the place where that we have reached that place of being tough. You understand? That we're able to take a licking and keep on ticking. We got to get to the place where we have to be able to go through some things. We got to be able to endure some things. I mean, you know, how can we show forth the power of God if we're not willing and able to go through anything? Everything has to come easy. If it doesn't come easy, it ain't God. No, that's not true. Uh, some things it's going to cost you. Some things you're going to be tried before you receive it. Some things you're gonna have to pass the test in order to receive the prize. Okay, so everything is not going to come easy. And just because it doesn't come easy doesn't mean it's not God. And just because it comes easy, that don't make it God. Okay, so I was talking about good evening to everybody that's coming in. God bless you. I pray that all is well. I was talking about yesterday, especially I was ministering to the men, both present and watching, about legacy, right? It's important that, and I'm not just talking to men on this live, I'm talking to men and women. I'm talking to you, those of you that are maybe mothers and fathers and or brothers and sisters or whoever you are and whatever role you play in the lives of young people. We have to change our mindset to where we have to leave legacy. We got to focus on leaving legacy. And legacy is the evidence. It is the proof that you were here. What impact did you make? What impact are we making while we're here? It's not about an inheritance. It's not about a car, leaving a car, a house, some money. All that's great. But what are you leaving so that somebody can follow? What are you showing somebody that's looking up to you? What example are we to someone who's watching us? What are we doing that we can show somebody something that they can look at our lives, look at our examples, not to want what we got as it relates to materialistic things, because that's what's causing a lot of our young people to be lost today, because they're looking at their role models are drug dealers and rap artists, and then when you bring it into the church setting, a lot of the prosperity and the flashy preachers, they are setting an example to younger preachers or younger men in church that this is the lifestyle you should pursue. And so everybody's pursuing lifestyles and patterns that is based upon materialistic things or based upon a certain status or certain name, but they're not pursuing legacy. Somebody who is actually being an example, who is actually showing you how to be an integral, honest, trustworthy individual. Somebody who is upholding the standard of what they believe. And so that's the type of legacy that I'm talking about. We are an example to somebody, whether we know it or not. And so a lot of times we lose the battle as it relates to leading people in the right path, in the right direction, because a lot of times if we're not careful, we can get distracted, and we can lose our focus off of what's more important, and that is legacy. And we don't do a lot of talking about legacy. I think I'm gonna spend a little bit more time talking about it tonight, as we incorporate some other principles and things that I'm gonna share with you. But we don't spend a lot of time talking about the things that really do matter. When everything else is done, and all the lights are cut off, the crowds leave and go home. What are we leaving behind? What kind of mark? What kind of impact are we making on people? So that's what I'm sharing today. That's the nugget of the day. What is your legacy? Are you building a legacy? Are you working on a legacy to prove to someone that you were here? What impact are you making? What changes are you implementing that's going to work for the better? And that's what I was talking to the church yesterday about, especially gearing in on our young men. You know, gain a life live a life to where you can be a positive role model. Those who got sons and daughters and children, uh, same thing. Those who got daughters, children, and all of that, what kind of legacy are you leaving? What are you showing your sons? What are mothers? What are you showing your daughters? What kind of role model are you? They shouldn't have to go outside the home to find a role model. A rapper should not be your son's role model. Brethren, I'm doing two things at once. Brethren, a rapper should not be your son's role model. Sisters, Beyonce should not be your daughter's role model. But when you're doing the same thing that your children are doing, you listening to the same music that your children is listening to, you using the same language that your children is using, what example can you set for your children? What role model can you be? You dressing like the youth are dressing. What role model are you being? So where's the principles? Where's the respect for oneself? Because you can't expect people to respect you when you don't have respect for yourself. So these are things we have to teach. We have to implement. We got to impart into each other and one another. We got to become the examples. We got to do what it takes so that we can build the right kind of legacy. Okay? We don't want to continue the wrong legacy. That's just like you got young men right now that are sitting in prison because their example was somebody that they looked up to, a father, an uncle, a grandfather, somebody, and they looked up to them. And so they end up conforming to the pattern, the legacy that they saw growing up. And now a lot of sons are locked up with their fathers. A lot of sons, grandsons, is a third generation, not of preaching, not of being a teacher, not of being a positive role model in the community. But a lot of these generations are second and third and fourth generations of those that are a part of the criminal justice system. So what kind of legacy are we leaving? Why is it that that young lady is pregnant? Why is it that she has 3 children? Because she's following the pattern of what she saw. Mama, grandmama, auntie. What are we training? What are we teaching the generation that is coming behind us? That's what I'm talking about. We're talking about legacy, ladies and gentlemen. And this is not a subject that a lot of people want to talk about. This is because, again, like I forestated in the beginning of the video, we always, we got a generation, and not just younger generation, but we got older people, we got older generations looking for catchy stuff. Don't want to deal with the truth and the elephants in the room. Want everything to be spicy and cream. We want to praise break everything. We want to prophesy everything, but we don't want to deal with anything. But we got to talk about it because this is an epidemic. This is a serious thing that people, we need to know what legacy is. We need to make the right impact. We need to be the right positive, godly role models that a lot of people need to see. There are men who have never had a true friend in life. Every man, there are women who've never had true friends in life. So everybody that they thought was their friends, they end up betraying them. They end up turning their back. They end up stabbing them in the back. So we got to show people what a true friend looks like. That's leaving a legacy. That's building a legacy. I'm gonna be to you what you've never seen. This is the mentality that we all must have. I'm gonna be to that young man what he has never seen. I'm gonna be to that young lady what she has never seen. And God will grace you. He will strengthen you. He will anoint you. He will help you to be what somebody has never seen. Wow. I'm going to show that brother what a true brother is. I'm going to show that sister what a true sister is. Something that they have never seen. And sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, those are some of the best gifts that we can give somebody in life. Showing them something that they have never seen. Being to them something that they have been looking for all of their lives. And here God brings you into their lives and you become the very thing that they thought that never existed or they thought that they would never see. Wow. What an opportunity to leave a legacy. And that, brothers and sisters, is what I'm talking about when it comes to leaving a legacy. What impact are we making? What are we really showing people? Are we bragging about what we got? Are we flashy? Are we still stuck in validation world? Is everything centered around us? When are things going to stop being about us and start being about somebody else? You understand what I'm saying? So you don't have to, I'm going to say this and I got to go. You don't have to, I think, how can I say this? How can I say this? Because I always offend people no matter what I say, so it don't make no difference. So ain't no way around that. Somebody gonna get offended by anything I say. But how can I say this? People think, let me say it this way. People think the more stuff you accumulate, the more you have, that proves to people that God has blessed you. No. Having a lot of things don't prove that you're blessed. And I think we got this thing all wrong. Because you got a lot of stuff, but that don't make you blessed. What makes you blessed is no matter what you have, you offer it up to God. God in turns put a blessing on it, put his blessing on it. It is God's approval. The blessing of the Lord is really God's approval on your life. Because you can have a lot of stuff, but not have God's approval. And not have God's support. That's what makes you blessed. A lot of people got a lot of stuff, but God's blessing is not on it because a lot of stuff they have gotten on their own that God didn't give it to them. So God's approval is not on it. So a person can have less than you and still be more blessed than you. You can have more than them and still not be as blessed because even though they got less than you, they have God's approval over their life. They got God's blessing over what they have, which is God's approval. So don't get caught up in the accumulation of things. Okay. Well, I gotta show people that God has blessed me. Nah, because if the blessing of the Lord is on you, you ain't got to show nobody. It'll show for it. It'll show itself. You'll be able to see it without saying a word. See, a true blessed individual don't have to say a word. I mean, it'll be seen, not heard. When you're truly blessed, when you're truly blessed, you don't have to announce yourself. When you're truly blessed, you ain't got to try to get people to put their attention on it and try to get people to focus on it. You ain't got to do all that. When you're truly blessed, It'll speak for itself. And you won't even be looking for any attention. You won't even, that won't even cross your mind. You just so grateful, you're so thankful for what the Lord has done for you. All that other stuff don't even matter. But a lot of times we put ourselves out there like that because we're looking for validation. We're looking for attention. We want people to praise us. It's basically what we want. You know, so we got to be careful with that. And that's not leaving a good legacy, by the way. All right. So, all right. I guess I done I guess I done shared the nugget with you today. I think we need to care more about leaving legacy, man, because we see too many young people out here. We see too many people, period. They're lost. They're lost in their compass as it relates to which way they're going. They don't even know which way to go. They don't have no sense of direction at all. They just, you know. My heart is concerned. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. And when I DTWC, they know their pastor real well. When something is on my heart, and because I'm a passionate guy, I'm a very passionate guy about what I do, and what I believe. DTWC, they know me very well. When I'm passionate about a thing, you know, I really dwell on it. I teach on it. I preach on it. I pray about it. I drive it home. You know what I'm saying? And I don't stop until I see results. You know what I'm saying? I go after the problem. You understand? And I don't let up until the problem is solved. Because that's the type of guy I am. You know, I'm not a starter and don't finish. I'm a finisher. I like to see things come to resolution. I don't believe in letting stuff just lay dormant and not do anything about it. I'm not that type of guy that'll sit around and see a problem and don't do nothing about it. And if I have the ability and if I have the resources to do something about it, I don't sit back and wait for somebody else to do something about it. I take charge. I said, something got to be done about this. God has blessed me. God has equipped me. He has given me the ability, the knowledge, the wisdom to handle this. I'm going to jump right on it. I'm not one to sit around. Who going to do that? What y'all waiting on? The Bible said whatever your hands find to do, do it. Amen. If we see a need and if we have the ability and the resources to meet the need, we have an obligation. We got a duty. So that's what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. And so I see this need. I believe that this will probably lead to the next segment, especially ministering to people who lacks what they did not get. There's a lot of people who don't have, who has been searching for something and they don't know what it is. They got this, they got that, but there's something missing. There's still a void there. There's a void there in their life, and they seeking something, and that's the type of people that my heart is crying out for, and the Lord has really put a burden on me to minister to individuals like that, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm actually working on the next segment right now, and so it's going to be geared towards that. So stay tuned. Please keep me lifted up in your prayers as we perceive and pursue. Once we perceive, we got to pursue. So we got to make the next steps that it's going to take to move to that next direction. So please keep me in your prayers. I'm gonna get off of here. Thank you all for giving me a few minutes of your time. But please go back and listen to the video. Those that are coming in late, go back and listen to the video and also share it with somebody and let them know that God does care. There is a message for you. You don't have to quit. You don't have to give up. It's not too late. You're not too young. You're not too old. God can use you right now, wherever you are, whatever you're dealing with, whatever you've been through, whatever you're facing. God can still use you, and God still has a work for you to do. All right, I got to go, but it's been a joy to share the nugget with you. As I often say, be sober, be vigilant, because our adversary, the devil, is walking about as a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour, but we choose to dwell in the secret place of the Most High so we can abide in the shadow of the Almighty. I want you to know, love you, praying for you, till we meet again. Listen, work on your legacy. Be a role model, be an example, and help somebody find their destination, all right? Show somebody something that they've never seen, all right? Allow somebody's prayer to be answered and come to pass. Pray for your boy. I'll pray for you. Be blessed.